right, ladies and gentlemen, the long-awaited trailer for Varesa is here. It has finally come, and so has the developer that was in charge of her design. Because if you're not familiar with my opinion on this unit, if you're not familiar with my opinion on the unit ever since she was teased and released, this is honestly a developer, character designer, UI, whoever it is that was in charge, maybe every person involved with her design and her creation, it is their barely disguised fetish. Not even disguised. It is straight up just their fetish. And so with that, I wanted to see what the full integration was looking like, you know, when you put all the pieces together. We saw her in the live stream. I had a lot of commentary about her peculiar combat style. And so maybe we'll learn a little bit more about her and why she's just so absurdly tailored to Gooners.
Welcome. There's plenty of room inside. Huh?
I'm not even 10 seconds in. What did I just say? Holy cow. Yeah, let me just, for actual research purposes, this is actual research purposes. They just showed the entire thing. They literally just, it's all out there. This is just her teaser, so I guess this isn't like the actual demo. They kind of do one of these and then the trailer afterwards, but this is crazy. This is probably the furthest the Genshin devs have gone. They know what they're doing, but it's such a far direction from all of the things that they've done before when it comes to this game. This literally actually genuinely feels like ZZZ. It does. Maybe it's just, maybe that's where the game is going. Maybe everybody in Nod Cry actually doesn't wear clothes, and this is just a sign of what is to come. Let's keep playing. Let's see what else we got going on.
I'm telling you, you missed out big time. It was pitch black out, super creepy. All of a sudden, a crazy storm came.
Right, I forgot. A big aspect of her character is the massive amount of food that she consumes. First, we got obviously the design fetish, and then we got like a feeding fetish as well. Cause yeah, I'm telling you, this is like a developer's ex-wife.
Out of nowhere. Then came the monsters. I acted as a human shield. You were as scared as I was. And then a bullhorned hero flew down from the sky.
Whoa!
Bullhorned hero? Yeah. She held him back, and then I helped her fight him off. You never even got up off the ground.
Why is she just double fisting drumsticks like that? Is there another character that eats this much? She just wolfed down 3 tacos and now she's on like 2 fucking hams.
You guys, do you think it was Vietena? No way. No way. She lived in the olden days. Never mind that. What happened next? She definitely had superpowers. You should have seen those bullhorns. Shapeshifter. Definitely a shapeshifter. Her strength was superhuman.
I mean, many could consider this an absolute work of art. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't even look like she has the shorts on in this frame. I'm gonna be entirely real here. Holy shit, they're really just pulling out the stops. This is ridiculous. They created a whole goddamn new model for her. Maybe ZZZ took too many players away from Genshin, and now they're trying to bring the ZZZ players back. That's kind of what it seems like over here. They're like, yo, y'all left Genshin for Nicole? We'll make Nicole in here for you, buddy boy. Don't worry about it.
She was unstoppable, invincible. Her strength was superhuman. She threw those monsters around like a tornado. Wow, what a cool story. Do you think that's cool? Wait till you hear the next part.
Does she speak a single word in this fucking trailer? Or does she just make like squeaky noises and grunts the entire time? Squeaky noises, grunts, moans the entire time as she just, I don't think has she said a single word? That's wild.
Seems weird that I've never heard of her before. Think I'm making this up?
I mean, I can understand the whole like dichotomy between her being, you know, like this, oh, I'm so silly. All I do is eat all the time. Oh, so I can eat all these calories and build my gigantic ass. And then she has like the, you know, the alter ego, right? Where she just, I guess, puts on the mask and then becomes, you know, an absolute legend. But like, she's absolutely comical. There's no way I feel like any player can take her even slightly seriously. She does just seem like a very like Mickey Mouse, sort of just like absolute like clown show of a unit, just in terms of like what her motivations and design are. And I mean, it's just, I guess the main issue with this for me is just maybe Hoyoverse is just completely taking this whole idea of like a nation of war and just absolutely throwing it down like the bottom of the drain, because they already had enough like Disney power of friendship shit in the story. And at this point, this character is just like one of those one-off extras in the show that's just meant to be like an actual laughingstock or like comedic device. And then she never becomes anything more than that. If there's some way that they try to make this character like emotionally like try to emotionally attach this character to the player in any way, I just don't even know how it could potentially happen. Like what? She's gonna start crying because her lunch or dinner got stolen, and then the traveler's gonna have to go like help her find out where her food went. Not pre-watched, but I feel like that's what's going to end up happening in her story quest. Like you're gonna have to go find a buffet. What game are we playing? Like didn't we... This is actually from JoJo Part 5. You know what? I can appreciate this reference. This is the best one. This is 1,000,000% the best part of that scene. You know what the devs should have done here? I actually would have thought this character is 1,000,000% redeemed if during this part she just says this. And then they put the machine gun noises in there too. The character would have actually been saved. I actually think I might have pulled her if that happened. And I'm gonna be real. The music that they're playing in the background over here, it is kind of JoJo-y if you listen to it. Yeah, that's a JoJo-y sort of soundtrack. If they were gonna make a character and have this many JoJo references in it, why did they choose the one character that doesn't actually punch people? It's such a like thematic miss for me that they do all these like JoJo references for a character whose main combat style is smashing enemies with her ass. And then they have a character like, let's just be honest here, right? They have a character like Ryodzly, who's actually voiced in JP by Jotaro. And then we're going ahead and we're not going to put the JoJo references in for him. And you know what this guy's main combat style is? He fists the shit out of his enemies. He punches the fuck out of them. That's all he does. Every attack in his kit, from like elemental skill, normal attack, heavy, ultimate, all he does is punch people. He literally does not do anything else. He has no other attack in his kit other than punching people. And they don't put any JoJo references into his trailer, into his design, and he's voiced by one of the most popular JoJo characters in JP. But they're gonna take the booty slamming ass warrior Varena, and then put a scene in her, or sorry, not a scene, a scene of her copying or taking heavy, you know, reference, right, from an actual fucking JoJo clip. Like, she doesn't even punch people. Now that I think about this character, it seems like they try to think of like everything popular that like a Zoomer would like. Maybe like a Zoomer, somebody like, you know, below the age of like 20, 25, something like that. They try to think of everything that they would like. Like, oh, she's got like the short little skirt. She's got like the ankles. She's got like the calf socks. She hits enemies with her ass. Oh, they're gonna love this one. Oh, make her JoJo too. Yep. Hey, we can't make her JoJo too. And give her a fat ass. And big old titties. Like that's like it really just seems like in the designer, like the storyboarding room, like they were just like, hey, just Hey, they're gonna love this. They're gonna love all of this shit. Put it all together. When you think about all of the other missed opportunities and like where all of this could have gone, especially in relation to some of the prior releases, it's a little disappointing. It is a little disappointing that she's the recipient of all of this sort of like cooler stuff and these cooler references. And you're just like, but she doesn't even like fit the thematic. What the fuck even are those? Are those like apricots? Is she about to lose her shit over a basket of fruit? They are the fruits of war. Yeah, I bet this character's story quest gonna make a lot of people cry. Oh, she makes a heart explosion too. Sick. That's the part that I never understood about her design. Why does she also like shit out hearts for like every particle VFX that she has? Like, why does she have like heart animations on like every single one of her attacks? Is this a fart fetish? Okay, all right. Yeah, maybe you're getting timed out, buddy.
Huh? Wait, isn't that... so full.
All right, we got one word out of her, or we got like 2 or 3 words out of her. We got 2 or 3 words out of her across the entire trailer. Awesome, excellent, amazing. I do gotta say though, I'm not really sure what's going on here. I don't think anybody can take this unit seriously, but maybe that's good for the game. Maybe it's good to really just accept the fact that this is going to be like a very like Disney-oriented kiddie sort of game. I just don't know how this character fits into the same universe as like the villains like Dottore, right? Or like the tragic backstory of Scaramucci. And it's just feels so hard to take her seriously. And in a lot of ways, take the rest of the story seriously, knowing that there's just this absolute comedic, you know, sort of like clown show of a unit being released, you know, as like this sort of like 5-star big sort of deal. Not gonna lie, if she was a 4-star unit, I don't think there would be as much of a problem. If she was just like a 4-star unit with like her hangout and whatever, and she kind of just like stays in the background, I don't think it would have been a huge issue. But this is, you know, like a premium unit that a lot of people are going to be spending on. They're just like inherently more popular because there's more required to get them. It's a little weird, but hey, maybe this is the direction they're taking this game. If I was somebody that was looking forward to like Nod Cry, Cobra Cry, and, you know, Shiznaya as a whole, and like the whole like Fatui Harbinger thing, and all of like this dark stuff, and then like fighting with heaven, and then you just got like this food addict booty slammer on the roster as well, you're sort of just like, it's getting harder and harder to take the story seriously. But maybe that's not an issue for the devs. So let me know what you think. Peace.